2025 pitch contest begins now. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to our exciting finals here at InnoVEX 2025 Center Stage. I'm Anita, your host for today. After competing in the preliminaries round, we now have our top 15 finalists from Taiwan, South Korea, Israel, United States, and Canada. And they will be pitching for the grand prize today. Before we move on to the exciting pitching session, let me first introduce our judging panel for the final round. Here at the judging panel, we have the Executive Secretary of National Development Fund of Executive Yuan, Mr. Wang Ting-an. Welcome. The President of ITIC, Ms. Karen Yu. The CEO of CMC Microsystems, Mr. Gordon Harling. Head of Startup Co-Innovation of Infineon Technologies AG, Mr. Lamin Van Hamdane. The Director of Evangelist of APAC, excluding Mainland China, of Continental AG, Co-Pace GmbH, Mr. Wilson Chu. Also, to your left, we have our special award judges, the Managing Director of PwC Taiwan, Mr. Andrew Liu. CEO of Onspire, Mr. Elias Eck. Evangelist of Resurtech Expo in Okinawa Executive Committee, Mr. Hirofumi Kaida. CEO of Peace Future, Mr. Jason Lowe. The Managing Partner of CEE Fund of Taiwania Capital Management Cooperation, Mr. Richard Wang. Head of Startup and VC Partnerships Taiwan of NVIDIA, Mr. Li Shengda. As well as the Managing Director of AVITIC Innovation Fund, Mr. Yuan Ping Huang. Wow, welcome judges and welcome to every top 15 finalist teams. For the finals, each team will have exactly 5 minutes to pitch, followed by a 5-minute Q&A session. The Q&A session will be timed after the judges finish asking questions. When the time is up, we will stop your presentation immediately. So beware of the time limit. All right, now we're all clear about the rules. The final round starts now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the first team today, Sarcomere Dynamics from Canada.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Harp Almander, co-founder, CEO of Sarcomere Dynamics. What we're doing is we're bringing high-dexterity robotics, sensors, and embodied AI together to build something more than just automation. We're calling it synthetic labor. And here's the reason why. There's a global labor shortage. By 2030, 85 million jobs are expected to go unfilled, out of which 9.4 million require the capability of the human hand. Judges, there's a sample hand floating around. Please don't lose sight of it. Thank you. And the reason is demographics are changing. Populations are aging. More people are leaving the workforce than entering. Add to it complexities due to reshoring, immigration being a politically sensitive issue, and finally, conventional automation is hitting its capability limit. So what's happening is there's an automation or capability gap existing between the human hand and what conventional automation could do for us. Conventional automation shown on the far left, simple grippers, suction type devices, 2-3 finger grippers. They're good at what they're designed for. Repeating tasks, same thing over and over again. But once you get into handling objects of different shapes, sizes, textures, those grippers start failing. Either you make more grippers, which we need tool changes, etc., cost goes up, Or you have something that we're bringing out to market, which is a near-human dexterity robotic hand. This hand is designed for industrial applications. It is universal for general purpose applications, I should say. It is simple to integrate, which is very important. We don't want to spend months programming it and integrating it. And it's easy to use. We want the layperson to be able to use it, so you in the manufacturing sector do not need to have a PhD roboticist to control and program the hand. And most importantly, in my opinion, it has to be economical. You cannot have a $250,000 hand and say, hey, use this to pick your bell peppers in the greenhouse. You need something that competes in price to simple grippers currently available on the market. So this is a quick demonstration video of our Artist Light. This hand went to market last May. And what it is 20 degrees of freedom, 16 actuated, 4 under actuated. And this hand you see in the video is controlled by a glove for teleoperation purposes. But the same demo has been done through machine vision for autonomous manipulation. Those videos are available on our website. Main takeaway from this is high dexterity plus tactile feedback, which is in the actuators themselves, as well as the fingertips. And when we bring in AI, we could do what's called dynamic manipulation. This hand could recognize an object, it could see an object, and form the graph needed for that particular task, and complete the task on its own. The opportunity we're dealing with is huge. It's in the trillions of dollars. I'll focus on the SOM first. This is a $3 billion number for us, given to us by early customers. So we calculate based on feedback from early customers. We're looking at 94,000 jobs that need to be augmented with automation. And with a price point of $16,000 per hand, we believe our SOM to be $3 billion. This is the traction funnel to date. I've broken it into 3 sections, or sectors, I should say, or 3 groups. One is manufacturing. This group requires a full stack from us: AI, sensors, and the dexterity. The second group is hazardous materials handling. They're basically looking for teleoperation solutions. This is military applications, nuclear industry. Due to policy or safety reasons, they do not want to give all the control up over to AI at this time. So that's where teleoperations come in. And finally, on the far right, these are various research organizations that will personally buy the hand from us and they do their own work. Use cases are shown on the screen. The most popular one is complex parts assembly. This is in semiconductors, electronics, and automotive manufacturing. And the last bullet, I'll draw your attention to the humanoids market. We're getting a lot of attention from humanoids. They want high dex, near human hands for general purpose interaction in the real world alongside people. There's the competition slide. Our hands are shown in the green. We're vertically integrated. We manufacture everything in-house, and that allows us to save on the cost. And that's why the prices are so low. It's not because of lack of quality. And our hands meet the competition that's out there on all metrics, from dexterity, speed, force at the fingertips, and so forth. Once we start scaling, and hopefully with help from somebody in this room here, we'll definitely start bringing the prices down further. By 2027, we'll have a full stack system, and I'm out of time, and I'll take any questions you might have. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we open the floor to the judges to ask any question to Sarcomere Dynamics. Any judges?
So maybe I have a question. So who are your customers? Are these then the robotic manufacturers, cobot manufacturers, or what are the main customers?
Right. Our customers initially started with system integrators. They're the ones who buy the component from us, build a complete system for the end user. Lately, we're working with 6 Fortune 500 companies. They have their own R&D labs, and they're trying to solve the problems we mentioned earlier. 3 in semiconductors, 2 in automotive manufacturing, and 1 in electronics manufacturing, plus a few others that's still in the early stage discussion.
What are the biggest challenges you need to address with the current product?
Sorry, I can't hear you there.
What are the biggest challenges you need to address with the current product? Is it size, weight, power?
Well, this is it. When we first started building the hand back in 2021, we started talking to customers, find out what their biggest pain point was compared to what's on the market. Weight was one of them. If you're, I won't mention any names here, but there's a competitor hand out there that weighs 4.3 kilograms, which means you need a heavy-duty cobot arm to wield this arm, with this hand, I should say, and the price goes up by 100K, right? So if we bring our hand down to 1.4 kilograms, we could use a 5-kilogram payload arm and save the customer $75,000. So that's one metric that we worked on. Other was speed, and the third one was the grip force, or the amount of force they could generate at the fingertip. Up till now, there has been trade-offs in what you could do with actuator technology that's available off the shelf. You could have the speed, but you sacrifice the strength. Then you sacrifice the weight. So what we decided, we being my son, the company CTO and the founder, what we decided was we designed the actuators first for this purpose. So we have patent-pending actuators, and that gives us a force-weight ratio 10 times better than any actuator out there. This allows us to go ahead and not sacrifice the speed, not sacrifice the dexterity, and not sacrifice the strength. Best of all worlds, and most importantly, because we're vertically integrated, building everything in-house, we could save on the cost. We're eating our own dog food, as they say. We're deploying our hands to assemble and manufacture our own hands. In 2023, our labor cost associated with building one hand was 23% of the cost of goods. Now it's 10%. 2027, we're on track to hit under 5%.
Thank you. Any more questions from the judges?
Another one concerning software. So, do you make your own software that goes along to program what the hand is doing?
Absolutely. When we first started, we were counting on off-the-shelf software. And the problem with that is when we talk to these providers, they can't react quickly enough because we're a small team. We iterate very quickly. They can't react quickly enough. So we started building our own software. We got funding from the National Research Council of Canada for the last 2 years to develop basic AI models, as well as firmware. We developed that ourselves as well.
I have a question here. What else is needed for this to work properly? I imagine that you need a lot of feedbacks, sensings. Some of those probably on that device. Others might be like vision or other system that to outside this device in order to make it work.
Right. This is not going to be a solo effort by any means. It's going to require the ecosystem in robotics to kind of help take us to the next level. We're just demonstrating early stage what's possible with a small team with a small budget. We are pre-seed. We've been bootstrapped to date. And we have a seed round open looking for $10 million to take it to the next level. We are working with sensor companies. These are the companies that manufacture sensors. And they range in capability and price anywhere from $200 a sensor up to $7,000 for one sensor. So as you can imagine, if I put 5 sensors in the hand, 5 fingertips, that price just kind of rocks the whole system. We're trying to make this economical. So we like to work with other technology providers, whether sensors, software, AI, and machine vision.
All right, thank you to Sarcomere Dynamics. Thanks again, all the way from Canada. Coming next, let's welcome Rayleigh Vision Intelligence from Taiwan.
How to get it started? Full screen? Yeah. No. Hi, everyone. I'm Zhihao He, founder of RVI. Imagine if the highway stayed the same, but traffic double and triple every year. Guess what? You got a stuck, right? You get a jam, right? That's exactly what's happening in AI data center today. Transmission is speed up. The data transmission is stuck in traffic. GPU double the data flow every 2 years, but the wire that transfer the data, they haven't caught up. today's AI data center can consume up to 500 megawatt of power, like powering a small city. And nearly 40% of that doesn't go into computing. It get lost as unwanted heat. Let's put it in perspective. Every time you ask ChatGPT a question, enough heat is generated to boil a pot of water. That's a digital waste. So how did we get there? For the decades, we rely on the copper wire to transmit the data across chips, across the boards. But the copper cannot keep up with today's AI's workload. How to fix it? IC industry is trying to something called CPO, co-packaged optics, using light instead of electricity to transmit the data across chips. It's promising, but today's solutions still rely on bulky, very huge laser that is hard to integrate with the whole system. In RVI, we are doing it differently. Our technology is called Smart Link. We have built a micro-emitter array. Think of that as a stadium of LED flashlight working together right on the silicon. It will move data faster, cooler, with less energy. It's modular in design and built for 3D packaging. That means ultra-high bandwidth with low energy. So we are not just trying to solve a tech problem. We are building light highway that tomorrow's AI will run on. And it's not just a lab idea. It's real. We have built a first AI-powered production line for assembling those tiny emitters. We use AI to guide thousands of micro optics into place with submicron precision. And yes, it can be used to fix or adjust every single one. We focus on one high-impact market, optical link. It's early but accelerating. What's our go-to-market strategy? It's twofold. First, licensing to chip maker and IC design houses. Second, selling plug-and-play modules to OEM, integrator, and hyperscaler. We have started shipping this year, and we are targeting $100 million revenue by 2028. We are a team of around 40 experts, combining deep expertise in AI, optics, semiconductor, and advanced packaging. From Apple, Broadcom, Intel, and Qualcomm. Our Smart Link delivers what the AI chip industry needs most: lower power, real scalability, and seamless integration to meet the AI era. We are RVI, where AI meets AI.
Thank you, Rayleigh Vision Intelligence. Now we open the floor to our judging panel. Any questions?
Yes, so your LED emitter array is going to have to emit into a bundle of fiber optics. So how do you bundle and align the fiber optics to all of your LEDs?
You mean how to do that?
The alignment, it's going to be a...
That's our core technology. Our method is called laser-assisted mass transfer, that including mass inspection, mass transfer, and mass inspiration. And one of the advantages is we can repair at each single one to 100% yield. And it's not just include a LED light or micro LED. That can be other tiny light emitter, something like a VCSEL, those kind of stuff.
Great presentation. I see that a lot of companies, such as startups as well, are looking for a solution for the problem that you proposed.
Right.
So what's your most advantage compared with your competitors around the world?
Yeah, as compared to current competitor like AeiRobot, they use external laser, which is very bulky. It's never can be included in a CPO process because as you consider about the thermal reliability, as you consider about the volume. Okay, our advantage is we utilize the mass transfer. We can transfer very tiny optical electronic devices like a LED, like a VCSEL laser, and that kind of transfer can be done with a bunch of light emitter up to 1,000. Yeah, so that's the advantage. We can parallel transmit our data. That can easily up over 3.5 terahertz per bit. Thank you.
I have one question here. I would like to know. Okay. Yeah, one question. You just mentioned about the technology that you'll be developing.
Yeah.
And you have a projection to be to a mass use in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share with us why there is a need of this change, other than the efficiency that you were saying? Because what are the other investments should we follow after using your new invention? Because the whole ecosystem might change.
Yeah, that's a very good point. So that also shows our main challenge. We have to think about how we can get into the roadmap of those hyperscaler, because this kind of technology hasn't been utilized before. It's not in the roadmap of TSMC. So I think our challenge is how we can talk to the end product manufacturer and try to put our technology into their skin.
May I follow the second question from your reply? If you are targeting the client as the manufacturer, for example, a foundry, but you are approaching your market strategy through the end user, so how are you going to play these both roles in between?
What I mean is we need to approach the end product like NVIDIA, like AMD, because foundry like TSMC, they already has their roadmap, technology roadmap. So I don't think it's easy to persuade them or compete with them. So I think the better way is to work with the end product like AMD, NVIDIA, those kind of company.
All right, the time is now up. Thank you to Rayleigh Vision Intelligence from Taiwan. Coming next, please join me in welcoming our third team today, DeepRad.AI from Taiwan. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I am Jing Shao, the CMO of DeepRad.AI. Very grateful for the opportunity today to share our exciting work to support preventive care using AI-powered early screening solutions. Radiology directly support about 40% of all healthcare services in the United States, representing over $400 billion US. But behind the scenes, the system is cracking under pressure. Rising imaging demands, affecting over 50% of radiologists, and is creating a dangerous bottleneck. Our flagship product, DeepRad.AI, uses one scan to assess lung nodule, coronary artery calcification, bone mineral density, which are the early indicators of lung cancer, heart disease, and osteoporosis. This triple approach improves efficiency, reduces radiation exposure, and the cost associated with multiple tests, making opportunity screening truly possible. Based on the mid-size imaging center, by using DeepRad.AI, scans per month could increase 2.5 times. Reporting could include heart and bone results, tripling the revenue, and the further projection across the US, this model corresponds to a 500 million service sustainable market to our 5-year go-to-market horizon. The competitive landscape look like this. A-View is expensive and doesn't reduce the workload of radiologists. ClearVCT uses vessel suppression imaging to identify nodules, while the radiologists are worried if they are removing too much critical information, potentially hiding something important. And our AI support radiologists by adding guidance directly onto the scans, while we still leave the final judgment to them, and that builds trust. Replacing existing product in the market is a challenge. One key advantage of our product is that we generate customized reports that meet specific needs of radiologists. Also, we detect multiple diseases is also a compelling strength. Our business model features no upfront cost, and the charges are based on actual usage. Also, in addition, we have several more products in development, include brain and breast early screening. Our business model based on two pricing plans. The first is a prepaid annual package based on the volume. And the second is a per report pricing with separate pricing for nodule detection, CAC scoring, and BMV analysis. This already gained strong traction in the market. We deploy through two core channels. The first is with radiology departments in hospitals for research collaborations. The second is a payer-driven screening programs to co-develop the HMO-aligned screening program for at-risk populations. We are expanding from Taiwan into Japan, Southeast Asia, and the US with ongoing pilot projects. We aim to scale up from 30 to 300 sites by 2028. Here are our founders, healthcare professionals. Professor Sandy Chen, Dr. David Chen are radiologists, while our CEO, Roger Zhang, is a medical IT expert. Currently, we are raising for $3 million to support our global market expansion and our upcoming product, Deep Brain Cognito, for dementia prevention. Key objectives include trials in the US and approvals application in Thailand and certification in Japan. Prevention is our passion. We are redefining healthcare with innovations, and we are inviting you to join us to this exciting journey. Thank you.
Thank you, DeepRad.AI, for the presentation. Now we open the floor to our judges.
One question. So, can you explain why your AI model is better than the models of the competition?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the question. You're asking where our AI is better than our competitors. Like we mentioned, that we founded by radiologists, and our interface has merged into their daily workflow. So it's really hence intuitive for them and interactive. And also we have high specificity and sensitivity. In addition, we are not only detecting for lung nodules. That's all our competitor focusing on. We are a triple value solution to our users. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. So given that said, right, what is the margin of error that your AI model is going to give, right? Have you tested, is there any false positive or sort of, because the biggest problem for medtech using AI is the reliance on AI itself for detection of diseases or problems of the body, and that might actually give a wrong signal to the practitioners that there might be something wrong when there's nothing wrong, or vice versa, right? So how are you dealing with that?
Yes, thank you for the question. We already have FDA approval in Taiwan, and we have done the validation, and with our specificity and our sensitivity over 95%. And also the false positive rate is 0.46. That means for very, very low false positive. And currently we have deployed in more than 15 hospitals, and radiologists are using our platform to help them generate reports on daily basis. And we already built a trust, and they know the strength of our AI.
Since that I can tell that 2025 is a crucial year for you to enter the global market, can you share more about what's your strategy to enter or new kind of business model that you are planning in order to enter US market or other countries' market?
Thank you very much. Yes, this year is critical for us to go overseas. And currently we are focusing on 3 places. That's Thailand and Japan and the US. In Thailand, we are already getting our approval in process and already have our local agency to start with the first reference sites. The first hospital is ready to deploy. And also in Japan, we are looking for partners in university hospitals to deploy reference sites as well. And currently we are working on getting the certification by end of this year. And for the US market, actually, it's the major market. And currently, we are working with the west side, that is the University of California, with different university hospitals, and deploy our product there and to gain feedbacks. And also, we are raising funds to start our trials in the US to accelerate our process getting FDA. Thank you for the question.
Any more questions from the judges? If no, please.
Frequently, when I see these things, people compare their AI to an actual radiologist. Do you have those numbers?
Pardon? The numbers of?
Radiologist does an assessment. They may be right 40% of the time, and the AI is right 80% of the time. Do you have those numbers as well to compare?
We was like we mentioned in the validation, when we get approval, the number is 95% when we compare to average doctors. And also we are trained by 3 doctors to get consensus results. Yes, I'm not sure if that answers your question. Thank you.
One question from my side. How do you see the access of the data so your AI can keep running and keep learning from it, from the actual cases?
Yes. Well, we are a spin-off from Taipei Medical University. So we already have 3 hospitals in the alliance. But in addition, currently we are deploying 15 plus hospitals. So some of the hospitals, we are working with them on research collaboration to access the data and for future training to upgrade our product. And also I'd like to add that currently we are a 3-in-1 solution, but we are also adding the 4th, the 5th diseases into our modules.
And to extend that approach in order to expand your market share worldwide, globally, how are you going to access the global data then?
Exactly. Thank you for the question. That's why we're raising funds. Currently, we're working with, for example, Japan and the US. We're working with hospitals, university hospitals, and also imaging centers that they can provide local image for us to do training to validate our modules and accuracy and specificity and so on. Thank you for the questions. Thank you.
Okay, time is up. Thank you again to DeepRad.AI. Thank you. Coming next, please welcome our fourth team, AuthenX, also from Taiwan. Please give him a round of applause.
Hello. Hello, so this is Sean, and it's an honor for me to represent AuthenX to show our solution to the AI CPOs. And so first, let me talk about who we are and what we do. We focus on optical electronic communication. We got products on optical transceiver, silicon photonic, laser device, as well as the Wi-Fi RF over fiber for the communication, AI, and data center applications. We are founded in 2019, and our current capital is $9.5 million USD. We're located at Hsinchu, Taiwan, and we now have 13 certified patents and 26 patents are pending for approval. And so these showcase some of our current products for the data center application. We now have 400G and 800G optical transceiver, and we are now working on a SiPho-based 1.6T optical transceiver that will come up the second half of this year. And for the AI GPU, we have silicon photonic couplings, and we have metal structures, as well as the ELS module supporting for the CPU architecture. And so this is the actual product applications. This is NVIDIA's quantum switch, and external laser source providing the light source to the optical engine, and EOS is our current product, and we are now entering mass production this year. And for the fiber array unit, serve as the enable multi-chain of the optical IOs light source into the PIC. However, the current bottleneck for mass production is having the alignments of the optical fiber array to the PIC. So compared to the micro lens structure, we use a metal lens structure to enable the optical alignment with a high alignment tolerance of the FAU toward the PIC and try to resolve this issue. And for further on, we try to propose an iOS architecture that will, which is the light source, the laser will be further integration onto the PIC. And by this, we can reduce the energy power consumption by 50%. And this is serve our solution to the next-gen CPO. And as you can see here, we've been developed with our partners from EOS. The latest version of EOSP supports 6.4 and 12.8T CPO with a power output of 100 milliwatt, and all 8 channels are working. And now we are demoing 200 milliwatt power output at our booth. And for the metal lens, as we provide the EOS from CPO, the light source goes by the fiber array unit, and we have the metal lens and the PIC optical I/O specifically designed for this purpose. And this is our metal lens wafers and the metal lens unit, and we can see successfully the optical light source are coupling from the fiber array unit to the PIC, and we are now reaching 36 channel of the optical input. And this is the PIC wafer designed for iOS, and this is a laser chip. We have overcome the heterogeneous integration and the heat measurement issue to bound the laser onto the PIC, and now we got a good measurement result from the testings. And for our business model, AuthenX provide a really flexible business model. We provide solutions, product designs, key component design like SiPho and lasers, and we also integration the supply chain, the vendor supplier toward the module design, and as well as the marketing support. And we also have our own product to provide to the customer, such as the metal lens and the EOS key part, as well as the IP provider for the silicon photonic PDKs. And for our manufacturing partners, we are collaborating with the top 10 global EMS partner as our manufacturing partner, and have service across the world with capital support for multiple strategic partners. And this is our revenue forecast for next year. The EOS revenue are aiming for around $20 million USD, and it will double by each year. At 2029, we are aiming for the revenue just for EOS is beyond $20 million USD. So here is a summary for today's talk. EOS for CPO is our current production and entering mass production. Metalens try to resolve the mass production of the 2D fiber array to the peak, and we're aiming to launch early 2026. And IOLIS Arctica could greatly reduce the energy consumption, and this is our solution for the next-gen CPO. And we dedicate to the market of AI CPO and optical interconnections. We have flexible business model, and we have strong manufacturing partner and capital support to bring viable products to the market. And we are live demoing just right outside the entrance with all the product we talk about, the EOS, the Metalens, and FU, and iOS, just right there. And thank you all for the listening.
Thank you, AuthenX. Now let's turn our microphone to the judges. Please feel free to ask questions.
Can you specify the key advantage of your technology compared to your competitors in the space?
So first of all, EOS we can now support in 3.2 to 6.4T of the CPO, and as far as we know, in industrial, only a few couple of companies can do that. And we are not actually trying to compete because we know as the GPU ship out and the CPO market are growing, the global demand of the CPO and the EOS will be growing, and the supply chain is not ready for such a huge amount. So the main question will could we provide a valuable, workable product, deliver that to the end customer and the market?
All right, if you have any more questions, please feel free to pick up the microphone in front of you. Any judges?
So how big is your company, right? And what is the business model that you are going to engage with your customers? Who are your customers? Because I see that you have a lot of license in this space, and you have the design as well.
Yeah.
Right? Are you going for a licensing model, or are you going to produce it yourself?
So we are supporting the design of both the key components as well as the module design. We partner with the manufacturing. We are partnering with manufacturing. Our end customer will be a sister integration customer or the CPO provider, such as NVIDIA and Broadcom just announced that. And so they are our end goal, but we are working with the ecosystem. We provide flexible components to them, and we are working with our strategy partner on who gonna do what. So we kind of bring this kind of flexibility to them. Yeah, sure. Sure.
So in terms of the revenue from NRE to really deployment, usually how long does it take?
How long does it take? The NREs, we used it to take 2 years. The design are really short for us. We can deliver a POC in 6 months or 8 months. But then you have the tuning, and it goes on the system for testing and the product line tuning. So we'll say 2 to 3 years. So for the EOS, we've been working for at least 3 to 4 years with our partners. And now we kind of see the markets coming up. That's why we want to do into the mass production.
Thank you. Any more judges? If no, that will be the end of this session. Thank you again to AuthenX.
Okay, thank you.
Coming next, please welcome our 5th group of today, Jmem Technology from Taiwan. Welcome, JM Tech.
Good afternoon. I'm Queen Ayan from Jmem Tech. Is your privacy safe? A hacking attempt happened a hacking attempt happens every 37 seconds. And by 2025, cybercrime will cost $10.5 trillion globally. Our mission is to build a more secure future. We're Jmem Tech, a quantum-safe cybersecurity solution company. We're offering IP licensing and IC design services. We launched our world's first PUF-based quantum-safe secure identity chip last year, 2024. And this year, we provide USB dongle for our customer to easily use our solutions. So what's so special for our technology? Our PQC IP is 3 times faster than current cryptography IPs. And our RISC-V MCU is 100 times faster the speed of traditional CPU. We align with the NIST standards, Kyber and Dilithium. Building on customizable framework, our solution can be adopted in AI, IoT, drone, unmanned vehicles, and fintech applications. Our USB dongle can be widely used in many industries. Let's take our AI customer for example. On the cloud side, we encrypted communication to prevent data leakage. On the edge side, we protect AI model from stealing by your competitors. For OTA updates, we ensure only real versions programs being installed. The global market for quantum-safe encryption exceeds $290 billion. For Jmem Tech, we have raised over $5 million since the company had established in 2022. After our first tape-out on 40-nanometer chip last year, we're moving to more advanced node this year. Our revenue generated from IP licensing and IC design services will start in 2026. We generate our revenue from IP licensing and IC design service, including licensing fee, royalty fee, and NRE fee. We secure $5 million on upcoming revenue and have already signed 10 MOUs across PQC, defense, and secure payments sectors, with entities in Asia, US, and Europe, where position global scaling. Our CEO and CTO have deep experience in semiconductor industry. Our Taiwan-based R&D center are backed by experts, advisors, and US team with over 30 years IC industry experience. We're focusing on 15 million fundraising in Series A and achieving 1.5 million on ARR, and continue advancing our tape-out roadmap with 22 nanometer in Q3, 12 nanometer in Q4 this year. Lastly, we're developing AI security chip that can be used in unmanned vehicles and smart factories. At Jmem Tech, we're driving innovation in IC security to build a more secure future. We're ready to scale, collaborate, develop solutions for a quantum-ready world ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Jmem Tech. All right, now judges, please feel free to ask questions.
One question, how do you position yourself? Is a firmware company or is a chipset sales by volume or NRE? Which position you are?
Also, we're licensing IPs and also IC design services company. Our main focus is on hardware. So we combine software solution into our hardware IC chip and then provide modules to customers.
Any more questions for Jmem Tech? Yes, we have a judge here, Mr. Chu.
Hi. So, in which industry do you think that is going to be your main target in the next few years, right? Given that this is a long-term run, right? Is it consumer? Is it defense? Where do you see yourself targeting in the next few years?
Okay, thank you for the question. So we're targeting in defense industry, fintech industry, and also AIoT industry for the upcoming years. And we have customers already in the States and in Taiwan and Australia.
What's your uniqueness compared to your competitors in the space?
Okay, thank you for the question. So we're not just having PUF or PQC. We're combining PUF and PQC technology into our chips. And also, we develop our own PUF technology, which includes an invisible key. And also, we are not just only putting PUF IPs into our chip. We also combines different IPs such as MSOTP, TRNG, etc. Thank you.
Any more judges that has questions for Jmem Tech?
Question here. Have you ever predicted any break from the hijacking? And what if it fails? And what's the contingency from there?
Thank you for the question. So we're actually not trying to prevent not being hacked. We're trying to meet the standard for, like, for example, quantum NIST standard, and also different future standards that can be aligned with. So, yes.
All right, any more judges that has questions for Jmem Tech? If no, that is it for Jmem Tech. Thank you so much. Thanks again to Jmem Tech from Taiwan. Coming next, we have our sixth team, Enext Technology from Taiwan. Welcome.
Good morning, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eddie Wang, Business Development VP of Enext. Safety of lithium battery is our #1 priorities. Enext technology is a material supplier providing safe, high performance, and low cost anode material for lithium-ion battery. When people talking about lithium battery, they may have different complaints. Someone may complain price is too high. Someone may complain charge is too low. And someone may complain degradation is too fast. But somehow, I believe most of the people will consider safety issue will be the most important one. The safety issue of the lithium battery is mainly from flammable graphite anode material and the liquid electrolytes. Under some certain operating conditions, a series of lithium dendrite growth may occur at graphite anode, may induce short circuit effect, and sometimes you will catch fire. Today's solution to manage the safety issue is using some BMS, using some electronics protection, such like a BMS system to manage the thermal stability. But somehow it can help, but we cannot completely solve the problem. Our solution is to replace the problem maker, the graphite anode, using our innovative material, so as called Enext anodes. How to prove our material is safe? We use a narrow penetration test and the short circuit test following a CNS standard. The test result shows there's no fire, no explosion, no temperature rise, even no voltage drop. this demonstrates our material is very stable and reliable. Our business model has two scenarios. The first one is we supply our material to lithium battery makers. Second one is we provide lithium battery to end user through battery OEM's service. This table tells us our material is safer and fast charging as compared to graphite, and we are safer and low cost as compared to the silicon anode, and we are safer, we are low cost and better performance as compared to the LTO anode. This is our team. We are so-called old-bone team. Actually, most of us has more than 30 years of working experience in the industry. We have a PhD degree from material science, physics science, and EE. So we can combine all the expertise together to produce innovative and reliable anode materials. We are on the way to make a fundraising for 5.5 million, which is for our initiate our mass production night, and we are targeted to reach the $20 million revenue in next year. Okay, our production expansion plans. We are targeted to set up a mass production line with 100 tons per year next year, and increasing up to 10,000 tons in 2030s, and which can help us to reach the annual revenue $20 million 2027, and reach the revenue of 400 million by 2030. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. To Enext Technology. Okay, does any one of our judges has any questions for Enext Technology?
So what is the status of your discussions with customers?
We have several early customers under engagement, and we are sending some sample for them, the lithium battery sample, nano material we use in our OEM factory to produce lithium-ion battery. And our early customer has UAV, drone application, and some power bank, some like UPS for the high-value devices, and some customer engage in the life matter industry, like a hospital or some and AI data center is one of our best choice, because the equipment is much more high value. So I think they will consider the safety issue is very important to them. Yeah.
Okay, do we have
here, kind of like along the same vein. I noticed in your financial forecast, the majority of your revenue will be coming from the drones. So what makes drones so special? Is there any makes your product especially suitable for them, or there are some unsurmountable challenges that only your product can solve?
Okay. According to our experience, the conversation with our customer, I think some of them are engaged in the defense industry. So I think they consider safety is very important, because their drone may carry some explosion payload, like a bomb or some other things. So But somehow, safety is important to them, but the performance is not compromised. So they has a very extreme requirement on the charging and discharging speed. So I think our material property here, I think I didn't explain very clearly. We have a very good capacity performance as compared to graphite. I think we're about 2.5 times. Yeah. So I think we can make the drone application requirement. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
You're replacing graphite, which is very cheap. So I would like to know the additional cost, provided that you're on mass production.
Yeah, thank you for the question. Are you talking about cost?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, we are emphasizing our here. We had 50% cost lower than graphite, which means in manufacturing, I think we had a similar cost structure, even a similar cost performance. But somehow, since our high density, energy density is higher, so we consider on the same capacity, energy capacity, our cost will be lower than graphite. Yeah. And our material is very ordinary elements. No special, no novel or no high price materials. Yeah. Basically, we are ceramic, like a brick.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the end for Enext Technology. Thank you again. Coming next, please welcome Femtosense from United States.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Pong, and I'm from Femtosense. At Femtosense, we're all about empowering intelligence in everyday devices. Over the past few days, you've probably heard a lot about AI, and a lot of it's up in the cloud, and that's great. And it's all running kind of on a really large server rack. Now, if you want something that is secure, private, and runs in real time, you want to run that on your device. But with current AI technology, it's often too large, too power hungry, and too difficult to deploy on today's devices. That's where we come in. We have this edge AI chip that is both small, efficient, and easy to deploy. The core technology behind our chip that makes it so efficient is sparsity. So it turns out that neural networks is just a bunch of matrix math, matrix multiplication happening simultaneously. Now, in a lot of these matrices, there are a lot of zeros. And so a lot of conventional chips would just do the operation anyway. And if I remember correctly, if you multiply anything by 0, it's still 0. So what we did was create a custom silicon, custom instruction set that would skip those 0 operations. Now, you might think that, wow, this is great in theory, right? Well, guess what? It's real. And I have the chip right here. It is absolutely tiny. I'm just going to hand it over. You can pass it along and look it right there. So the chip itself, that's a tweezer, by the way. It's tiny. And it's also extremely efficient, running at 25 TOPS per watt with effective efficiency with our sparsity technology applied. The CEO of the company often says that this chip is nothing but sand if it's not for software. And so we also offer our customers some of our pre-built production-grade software. There are some of the 3 applications right here. But then some of our customers who are very AI savvy, they want to develop their own models and then deploy it onto our silicon, in which case we offer a BYO model sort of model, where, where they can use our custom SDK and deploy their own model. Right now, we already have 15 design wins from hearing aids all the way to smart glasses with $280 million in our pipeline. We're starting with the hearing aid and hearables right now, but we're planning on expanding and scaling our technology to industry, automotive, robotics, and ultimately AI in devices everywhere. It's a large market, and that's supported by mature segments that want to add AI, as well as completely new segments that are enabled by AI. In terms of product roadmap, right now we service the audio market, and in 2027, we're launching our next-gen device that would actually be much more scalable, and we can actually scale to serve vision and wider AI applications on device. This is what our current revenue ramp looks like in the next 2 years. And for the next 2 years, we're focused on helping our customers reach production. So I'm going to share 3 stories of our customers right here. The first one is an AI-powered hearing aid developed by NewSound. It's right here. It's real. I recommend trying it at our booth. We're over there. People who did try it, they're like, well, now I understand what AI can do for hearing aids. The next one is Above Semiconductor, who we partnered with to create an AI MCU that is targeting smart appliances to basically add offline voice commands without having to rely on the cloud. And finally, the third story I'm going to share is we're supported by the Department of Defense to build some projects with them. The 2 that I can talk about right here, one is about vision processing, and the other is about offline translation. If we were to compare to kind of the other alternatives out there in the market, there's 2 camps. One is just conventional edge AI, and yeah, it doesn't take into account the sparsity, and therefore you're performing all these calculations that might not be necessary. Alternatively, there is the analog approach, which has great power efficiency, but then there are challenges when deploying that in the real world. If you like numbers, here they are. And finally, just a little bit about the team. The company itself was spun out of the Stanford Brains and Silicon Lab, and since then, a lot of experts from industry have joined us. We're supported by leading investors, with our seed by Kleiner Perkins, and Series A led by Fine Structure Ventures and J2 Ventures. So we've raised 10 million so far, and we have a chip that's fully taped out, tested, it works, it's in a product, and a path ahead is actually helping more of our customers reach production. So thank you very much for your time. We're Femtosense, and happy to take questions.
Thank you, Femtosense. Judges, please feel free to pick up the microphones if you have any questions for Femtosense.
Yep.
Excuse me. So this is a very interesting application. So what kind of vertical market for you to penetrate in the future? Because that application, as you say, the TAM is huge.
Yep.
However, the devices is very diversified.
Yep.
So eventually you have to choose one part, as you say, like audio part. So, but the audio part, for example, like iPhone or the other like smart devices, embedded their own technology. How can you penetrate against those kind of like a big company? Then try to adopt your solution rather than they develop themselves. How can you find the way to do the vertical part? Thank you.
Cool. Thank you for the question. So as I mentioned earlier, our first target is the audio market. But going into the future, we're targeting a lot more diverse markets. And the way we're able to do that is actually our next-gen product is completely tileable, scalable design. So let's say we want to target like a really small use case, then we can just have one tile. If we're targeting a larger use case, let's say like in a laptop or something, then we can have multiple tiles of the same device. And then to the point about companies developing their own SOC, so large companies like Apple, they have the capability, they have the resources to do that. But it turns out there is a really long tail of smaller companies who don't have that ability, especially like in the embedded device world. And yeah, so for those companies, they come to us, or companies like us, to do their AI needs. All right. Okay.
Curious about how the sparsity is reached by your special architecture on the hardware side, or your like software, or both?
I am so glad you asked that, because for sparsity to work, you both need the custom silicon that can actually skip the zeros, but also the software itself that's optimized to, first of all, prune the weights down to the zero, and then compress the model in a way that the instruction set understands. So to quickly answer your question, it's both.
Any more questions for Femtosense?
All right.
Okay. Final call for questions from judges for Femtosense.
Oh, okay. We have a question right here.
Can you share a little bit more about your business model? Like how do you generate revenue? Is it primarily from selling the chips or the design or whatever?
Yes. So the primary driver of the revenue is selling the chips. To complement that, we also license our algorithms to certain customers. Some customers who want to deploy their own thing, we support them as well. And so it's a mixture of just large revenue, part of revenue coming from chips, and then parts are like services. All right. If there are no more questions, I just want to remind you all again that we have the product to demo at our booth. It is very fun. I highly recommend it. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you to Femtosense from United States. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will now have a short break. Please be sure to come back at the venue by 2:25 p.m. Our competition will continue promptly. Thank you very much. welcome back to the finals of 2025 InnoVEX Pitch Contest. Now our exciting finals continue with our 8th team today. Please welcome KopherBit from Taiwan.
Hi, sorry, I don't see my people. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Let me introduce the MCU expert of KopherBit to you. You might ask why. Next slide. Next slide, please. Thank you. Next slide, please. Oh, sorry. You might ask why automotive control development remains so challenging. It's because modern vehicles are powered by web of complex subsystems. Even with a powerful SoC, MCU remains essential for real-time control and coordination of car systems. However, meeting OEM requirements are too complex, and it's not easy to get the traditional AutoSAR IP. Moreover, automotive-grade products hard to design and validate. At KopherBit, we believe this could be done more easily. OEMs are now rapidly electrifying. However, especially in the Southeast Asia and Japan. However, most of them lack access to flexible and mature ECU platforms. That's why we launched our KopherBit solution with AutoSAR compliant software, KopherSAR, a comprehensive toolchain kit, and a configurable hardware. Moreover, I can show you the 5 pages through. Thank you. Moreover, we can provide a technical service according to customers' requirements. In fact, in the core team of KopherBit is a team of passionate ECU veterans. Our founder, Dr. Wang, has many years experience in AutoSAR projects. Our co-founder, Dr. Lee, has very deep background in aerospace-grade safety engineering. He applies the same level of care to our own product design. The overall automotive software market is projected to reach about $40.1 billion by 2027, with a compound annual growth rate of 13.1%. Combining the body and control system together with our powertrain software and our commercial VCU market, it results in a service available market of $6.4 billion a year. As KopherBit focuses on the control and body system software, for the powertrain software, we only provide to the commercial vehicles. Together with the hardware sales, it results in a service of an obtainable market of $9.3 billion a year. While it's true that traditional AutoSAR IP vendors deliver robust software stacks, they don't touch hardware and rarely provide support. On the contrary, traditional commercial ECU vendors, they will deliver hardware but lack AutoSAR expertise. KopherBit's developer combine all of these components together, which can help a customer to lower the risk of integration. You can see the dual business model has validated in Taiwan EV sector. We can be the tier 1 supplier by offering comprehensive ECU solutions, or we can be tier 2 enabler by offering our software solutions. KopherBit's IP license is priced at about 4.5 million NT dollars. Our software is charged by seat at the cost range between 0.1 to 0.3 million dollars. And our technical service is priced about 12 million Taiwan dollars per project. For the hardware sales, it will last for the whole life cycle of the car model. Our revenue mix is projected to surpass 1 billion new Taiwan dollars by 2028. While it's true that automotive interests have very high barrier to enter in, KopherBit's validate and deploy solution have overcome this. And we interrupt trends by targeting underserved OEM and tier 1s. For the hardware sales, which with the effect of the long market, this can help us scale from commercial to passenger car more easily. For the $4 million we are seeking, 25% will be used for next generation hardware design, 25% for scaling up our team, and we will allocate 25% for cloud-based AI-enhanced solutions, and 8% for overseas branch, and 70% for global sales and marketing. For investors who are care about climate actions and scalable car tax, KopherBit bridge the innovation and real-world deployment together. Please consider joining us and make this happen together. Thank you.
Thank you, KopherBit. We now open the floor to judges for any questions.
One question?
Yes.
Since you have everything already in place, what makes you, what's the critical part to make you be the best of the best in the market?
Because the automotive field requires a lot of standards and safety requirements. So as we are startups, giants, the traditional OEMs now easily to accept us. So the biggest point is for us to growing up ourselves by at the same time we can take in the certification in the automotive world time by time, and this can accumulate the record, for example, the running mileage during the period, and take this record to ask our international partners to join us. And in fact, some of our Japan partners are offering POC project for us because we have already have successful story in Taiwan.
You mentioned about the time. So how long will it take?
For the car development, it takes about three years to build up new car model. So in Taiwan, we have a successful story for the last 2 years on development, and this year we have a big revenue optimizer. In fact, our YOY in revenue doubled last year. So for Japan and US market, we believe it will result in 2025 to 2027. Yeah. Thank you for your question.
So I have a question over here. Yeah, on the left. Yeah, left.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for your question.
So for those who doesn't know, ElectroBit that is on the competition stack is actually part of Continental.
Yeah.
So my question is, you say that there's lack of certain items for ElectroBit like us, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, how do you work with large guys like us? Because at the end of the day, the OEMs is actually relying on the tier ones to provide both hardware and software, and the hardware-software stack has to be co-developed together, right? And the design itself is in design. So based on this, how is your business model being able to work with tier ones to serve the OEMs?
Okay.
Right? Because most of the tier ones already has such software stack available and has been very mature in terms of according to their own hardware architecture. So how are you going to integrate yourself with the large guys out there?
Thank you for your question. As you mentioned, automotive field has a very strong giants like EB or vectors. But in fact, most of the car model, if we want to license the IP per project, for there about dozens to hundreds of controller in the automotive. If we want to license the house, it will be too expensive. That's why we target at the component that are not critical parts, like body. For if they can provide the car body, which can also satisfy the OEM requirements at the same time. In fact, some of the OEMs will not ask whether not assigned to buy EB or vector because it's too expensive. We have the specific story of a case in England. They asked us to satisfy the OEM requirement, basically the AutoSAR stacks, but they also have to meet our OEM requirements, specific requirements, and by using our own AutoSAR stack, they just tell us that they cannot afford EB or vector solutions or ask us our hope. And in fact, we passed the OEM test, and we are under working now. Yeah.
Does that mean that you are actually targeting the smaller OEMs? Rather than larger one?
We begin with commercial and small OEMs, but after that, when you accumulate the experience, we are also free of white label solution to other tier ones who want to bring their, for example, famous EMS service. They want to have their own AutoSAR service in hand and provide to the OEMs. We can white label them. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, any more questions for KopherBit? If no, then let's it for KopherBit. Thank you again. Thank you. Coming next, please join me in welcoming our ninth team, LiPro Vision from Taiwan.
Hi, everyone. I'm Franklin, astronaut and CEO of LiPro Vision. We are a tech startup developing next-gen optical engine for AR support glasses, empowering brands to deliver smart, seamless visual experience for outdoor athletes. As a triathlete myself, I really care about my performance. But honestly, I have to slow down to check my watch. Under some direct sunlight, I can't even to see clearly. It's frustrating and totally breaks my reason. The current optical engine are bulky, hard to read under sunlight, and the drain battery super fast. Not all of them look awful, and wouldn't design was really athlete in mind. Even though the big player like Apple Vision Pro and Meta Ray-Ban struggle outdoors, our team combined deep expertise in optics, display tech, and product commercialization, plus real-world experience in durable sports. We build what we want to wear. We have created more meta-lens optical engine. The optical engine is a very competitive display module, integrating transparent micro LED and cutting-edge meta-lens. We almost is 50% lighter and 6 longer battery life and offer 4 times better sunlight visibility than typical AR system. How we do stack up, we lift into brightness, lightness. There are 2 things it really matters, both outdoor and indoor AR. Many of the translate induce athlete compete every year. But how many wear smart glasses? Almost none. It's huge on server market. The global market, AR global market, is projected to hit to $233 billion. Just sport glasses segment alone is growing at nearly 27%, reaching to $8.3 billion. We just targeting 20% size of that, worth $100.7 billion. Our business model is B2B. We work with brands, those selling smart glasses, AR glasses, about $599. Our revenue comes from hardware selling, IP licensing, and co-development with partnership. Since 2022, we have built a working prototype with world-class performance. Now we are trying to developing high-resolution, multicolor vision, targeting small batch production in 2026 and the full scale in 2027. We're not just talking, we already started. Now we are co-developing with 2 Taiwan partners and 1 early consumer. We also have got back from A+ Alliance and the Stanford Learning Program to accelerate entry into the North America with phase production roll out in 2027 to 2028. Now we are raising $2 billion by the Q4 this year to move our advanced R&D, our global team, and the office at March launch. So we do believe the AR wearables is marketed about sport. LiPro Vision has given the brands the performance and the design freedom they need lead the way. So let's share the future of the AR wearable together. Thank you.
Thank you, LiPro Vision. Next, we also ask the judges to present any questions you have for LiPro Vision.
You're focusing on the sports market. Are there any other markets that you could potentially target?
Yes, I think a lot of application is suitable for our optical engine. But we know we are a triathlete and we love the support. So we're getting to the area we're familiar with. And our products have the very high advantage in outdoor use. For example, with high brightness and long battery life. So after we collect more feedback from this sport market, and we increase your resolution from the multicolor to color, maybe we will go to the consumer market. This is our aspiration to do this next step.
One question. Since this is a human usage interface, have you ever studied user interface or user experience by having the lens? But every single one have a different situation on the eyes, like myopia, have different diseases or problems, the vision. How to make the size accurate and comfortable?
You mean this one to this one? Okay.
Or have you ever studied that?
We have to do some. We just focus on the lamp and the field testing. We collect from some end user and customer to finalize our products. And we just focus just a single color to do this, just a small area to do this. Especially when we focus on small market, we emphasize very lightweight. So we are total module, including battery, only less 10 grand. So we care about people how to wear comfortable and want to wear in the outdoors, not indoor. This we are targeted to do in our totally R&D roadmap and want to do that.
So I have a technical question over here. There are two parts for smart glasses. One is the light engine you presented about.
Yeah.
The other one is waveguide. What kind of waveguide you're using?
Okay. You mentioned about the waveguide is our main competitor. Actually, I would call you the second generation optical engine. We are third. We're next generation optical engine. Why we say that? The waveguide optical engine is side project into your eye. The transfer efficiency only less 1%. We are two pieces, one macro lens display and the meta lens, just two pieces together, directly into our retainer. So efficiency is more than 10%. So had huge 30 times comparison. So this a big change. So I think is we are brightness, we are power consumption, we overcome the optical engine conduct waveguide. Yeah. Any questions or comment?
Okay, final call for questions for LiPro Vision. If no, then that's it for LiPro Vision. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Coming next, please give a round of applause to AeiRobot from South Korea.
Hello. Okay. So every single thing in this world is designed for the human body. So humanoid resembling the human shape could do anything just like human does. So therefore, the humanoid possibility of the humanoid is truly limitless. So the market size of humanoid is dependent on how big your imagination is. Hey, we are a robot. a company making bipedal humanoid robot. And I'm Sol. I am the CEO and founder of AeiRobot. And me and my CTO, Dr. J.K. Han, we started the business from 2018. But our history of working on a humanoid started from 2006. So can you see the robots marked in the green line right here? This is the history of AeiRobot, history of us. This is Alice. I call Alice her or she. Our humanoid robot, she is 1.6 meter tall and 45 kilogram. So it's about the same height with me, but much lighter than me. Target price of humanoid Alice is $37K US. Yeah, pretty good. So it includes everything, just as you see. And then Jason, Orin, Enext included also. So when you make the humanoid, there is a 3 core component. One is battery, an AI chip, and actuator. The battery is now it is not our expertise. An AI chip for edge computing, we have NVIDIA. So we just focus on the actuator. Okay, so 60% of whole cost to build a humanoid is for actuator. So we made our own linear actuator for high force application, just like the lower body of robot, just like this. So the lower body require strong force. And due to the mechanical advantage, the linear actuator generate more force than the rotary type. And of course, we do have a rotary type too. We are making a QDD actuator for our own. And then the QDD actuator will go to somewhere the wide range of motion needed, just like shoulder, like this. Even better, now we are working on our own robot hands too. So all of this effort to control the cost of humanoid robot, 37K US. So the reason we are so obsessed with the price, because we want to save the entire ecosystem of Korean industry manufacturing. More than 99% of industry in South Korea is a small, medium-sized enterprise, which is SMEs. And about 10% of it is manufacturing. Look at this map. So AeiRobot is right here in Ansan. It's a tiny little city in Korea. And in 1 hour distance, there is a 57,000 SMEs. And the problem is they having a really hard time to hire someone because of the severe working atmosphere. Even worse, raising labor fee is so much pressure on them too. In this video, we are testing the strengths, vision recognition, self-balancing, and imitation learning, and more. We want to revitalize entire global industry with humanoid so that we could help entire human race in this human world. So we brought the real actual robot, so please stop by NVIDIA Inception Pavilion. Thank you. Any question?
Thank you, AeiRobot. We are now open to question from judges.
You didn't say anything about your revenue timeline or revenue expectations or addressable market.
Okay, so we are staged on POC right now, and then we have many partners for that. So especially for shipbuilding or manufacturing for door trim for car, or the construction side too. We already finished the MOU with them. And then after that, the POC, then we need some time to revise our robot. And then our goal is getting into the market by 2027. That is my timeline.
Any more questions?
Yeah, one question. Are you trying to sell the whole robot as a system or just the actuator?
Sorry? So for
The whole
robot?
system, well, her, you are trying to sell that?
Yes.
The whole or just the technology, the actuator that you mentioned?
Yeah, so everything is just included, as I said, in $37K US dollar. So that is our target price. Because the price is really important for the small business sector. If it's not affordable, they can just buy it.
Any plans? How many of those you want to sell? And what's the size of the revenue you want to achieve? And what's the profitability percentage that you have in mind?
Okay, so in that case, I'll say, okay. So think about it. Humanoid robot cannot take a rest or eat or get some rest or something like that, right? So, just think about one humanoid could match with 2 human labor. And if there is a huge factory working on 1,000 people working on it, then to replace that human labor, you need 500 robots, right? But think about it. 1-person factory and thousands of it. To replace it, so you need 1,000 robots, right? So the market size is much bigger for the small factories. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
And then, can you say that again?
No more question.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions for AeiRobot? Yes.
So, good presentation. I'd like to know progress of battery.
Oh, battery. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, that was really good question. Thank you for asking. So, one battery for 15 minutes, but we have several different BMS. So we have 3 batteries for one robot. One is for actuator, the other one is for computer, and then the third one is extra. So once you're switching it, by switching it, you don't have to worry about how long it goes for. Yeah.
Thank you. Any more questions? Final call. All right, if no more questions, that's it for AeiRobot. Thank you again. For the 11th, please join me in welcoming Undong Education Solutions from Taiwan. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Xingfei from Undong Education in Taiwan. I'm happy to have this chance to share our solution with you. In 2020, ChatGPT was launched and say hello world to all of you. Our world has changed a lot since then. AI has become the most popular topic in the world, including the education field. But are the school and educators ready for it? Educators and students are facing a lot of challenges. Teacher has a lot of admin work, and students also need personalized learning. But there is lack of resources or platform. And most importantly, schools lack AI integrated platform or tools They list safe and in-control AI integration platform or tools, not only for the student, also for the, not only for the teacher, but also for the student. 90% of educators believe AI will revolutionize learning, but only 20% of them has AI integrated system. How can we solve this? We believe that our campus GDP is the answer to it. Campus GDP provide a controllable environment for students, unlike ChatGPT. Campus GDP AI response are academically focused and subject-related, as the video show. And all subjects are set by the school themselves. Also, Campus GDP provides a safe, interactive, and personalized AI-driven learning for the student. All the chart history will be saved at the back end, not only for monitoring, also for the teacher to follow up the student weaknesses. Teacher can also filter a specific student chart history and help the student to personalize learning. As I mentioned before, there is lack of AI integration platforms or tools, especially for the student. As a result, Campus GDP has a main function called My Chatbot. Teacher can easily create a personalized AI chatbot for class activities by just using text, log code. As a result, teachers do not need any coding knowledge. Also, they can try out the AI chatbot before they assign it to the student. We can help school to set up a local server version. All the data will be stored inside the school intranet. At this moment, we provide different AI models such as GPT-4o and Gemini. We are looking forward to having a local offline AI model with traditional Chinese. Our target not only primary and secondary school, also university and government department in Taiwan. Through InnoVEX at this contest, we hope to have a chance to scale up to Korea, Japan, and Southeast Asia. The AI-powered education market is up to $50 billion. And Japan, Korea, and Southeast Asia are the key expansion area. For Campus GDP, our business model is subscription-based. We are planning to provide basic features for free. Advanced AI features are paid service. We are a team focusing on education and provide safe and controlled AI integration tools for students. We have already deployed Campus GDP to a lot of schools around Taiwan. Our next step is to directly engage with school, university, and government education officers. We are looking for an investment of around $500,000 of product development and market expansion. We already receive a lot of useful response from the educator. Most of them are used for AI model upgrade and feature expansion. Last but not least, why us? Our team members have over 10 years educational field experience. Most of us are educators before. We are not just a tech guy. We also are educators. We know what the teacher wants and what the student needs. So the solution is Campus GDP. Thank you.
Thank you, Yundong Education Solutions. We now open the floor to judges for any questions.
So what traction do you already have? What proof do you have that the schools really want this now?
I've mentioned before we have already tried to deploy several schools. The Campus GDP deployed to several schools in Taiwan. And our early user feedback is positive. And the main function I have mentioned before is the My Chatbot. Teacher can use text only to design their own AI robot for their class activity or tailor-made their AI robots for their student list. And those functions, I think, is most attractive for the teacher, and those respond also positive for this function. I think this is our breakthrough point for it, because I also mentioned before, for nowadays, a lot of tools, AI tools for education, are focusing on teacher, not so many focusing on how the student use AI. So I think this is a breakthrough point and our main key function of our platform.
Any more questions? Please feel free to pick up the microphones if you have any questions for Yundong Education Solutions.
There is a lot of competition in this market, right? Globally. Right, globally, there's a lot of competition in this market. ChatGPT, they are using the ChatGPT basis to create their own interface, interacting with the educators. What makes you different in this space, right? What is the core barrier of entry for your competition?
Thank you for your question. I've also mentioned before, we are not just like ChatGPT. All the AI in campus GDP is academic focused and subject based, and all the class history will be stored at the back end School can do a lot of data analysis to investment, how their students use and what question the most their student ask for, and I just use a very simple example. On YouTube, there is a lot of resources and a lot of teaching material, learning material over there. But I just want to ask a question. Teacher believe that they just give YouTube to the student and they will be very popular, they will good use of YouTube, but they will be sidetracked by other friends, or they will go to the, because YouTube is uncontrollable for teacher. Just like now for ChatGPT, if our educator just give ChatGPT to those students to use, they may be asked a lot of other questions out of the syllabus, or not mainly focus, or they do not mainly focus on the learning objective. So as we mentioned before, we are not only just want to monitoring student chart history, also want to help them to create their personalized learning through the chart history and let them to have a more improvement.
But that doesn't create a barrier of entry, right? Is there any defensible model that you can prevent your competition from doing the same thing? Because building such an interface, building such a backend, building such a database is not something that is difficult to do for a competition as well.
Okay, thank you for your question. As also, we are as I mentioned before, we are looking forward to have a local offline AI model. We have already tried some AI model, for example, TAIDE, which is from our government. We have tried, this is a transitional Chinese information, a trustable, and AI, and this is an offline. It can be offline model. Also, we will have just some fine tune for the AI model because it's an offline version.
Okay, time's up for Yundong Education Solutions. Thank you again. For our 12th team, it's our pleasure to have Deeli AI from United States.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, my name is Hamson, co-founder and CEO of Deeli AI. Our mission is to help innovation-driven companies to better identify, evaluate, and invest in next-generation technology. Today, technology investment and scouting is highly inefficient and is subjective. People in Innovation Center Research Department, or CVC, spend most of their time searching through fragmented data. This scattered approach caused the company to repeatedly missing critical emerging technology. And 80% of them are unable to connect with hidden early-stage startups developing this technology. What's more serious is, most of the R&D-driven companies actually rely heavily on subjective human experience, which leads to disastrous technology investment decisions. In the chipset market, 12 months of late adoption cost a single company over $500 million loss in revenue, and that's just for one single product. And this is where Deeli comes in. We integrate the domain-specific tech data and partner with global tech-focused accelerators, allowing us to integrate the unique technology of this startup with our domain-specific LLM. Besides this, we partner with this domain-specific LLM. We also integrate the unique technology so that large R&D company can use our platform to accurately discover fast-growing technology, their innovator, and get fact-based technology analysis without hallucination. Our uniqueness lies in 3 proprietary technology: tag-based knowledge graph for accurate results and matchmaking, multi-layer hierarchical tag navigation maps upstream and downstream relationships across different tag stacks, and domain-specific RAG, providing actionable domain-specific insights. We're continuing to advance our core technology and expanding our products with new capabilities, including personalized innovation feed, cross-sector tag navigation, and hybrid AI agents that integrate with customers' internal knowledge. With our core technology, we empower R&D team to scout future technology aligned with their internal roadmap. For CVC to spot and validate hidden innovators early, and for the executive to make confident build or buy decision. And let's see how Deeli works. Simply enter the area you're exploring, and Deeli will recommend the most relevant technology tailored to your need. And you can even dive into who are developing these amazing technologies. And most importantly, our proprietary knowledge-based LLMs help you make informed build or buy decisions, mitigate the risk of losing billions of dollars. Our business model is straightforward. We offer a flexible, cloud-based subscription, as well as a premium enterprise-level tiers that allow our customers to securely operate the entire platform in-house. Our go-to-market strategy is laser-focused on selected industry and scale to broader industry. The estimated TAM for this emerging category of technology intelligence tool is over 10 billion. And as global R&D spending grows exponentially, we expect the market to expand as more companies recognize the need for our solution. In terms of competition, there are a handful of database companies and generic LLMs on the market that lack technical nuances and reliable results. Our partnership with global tech-focused accelerators give us a first-mover advantage and exclusive access to proprietary data. Combined with our technology, maximize the innovation. In terms of traction, we currently have 15 pilot customers, half of which are large R&D-focused companies. And thanks to our investor, including Berkeley Skydeck, we have connected with over 100 potential customers and integrate with their internal solution. This is our team. Our founding members have worked together for many years in the AI and data engineering department at our previous company, MediaTek, where we developed the strong teamwork and collaboration. Together, we decided to tackle this world-class pain point. We also have amazing angel investors and advisors bring their diverse expertise and allowed us to tackle complex challenges across industry and customer persona. Join our journey and let's reshape the future of innovation in this AI age. We're Deeli AI. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Deeli AI. And of course, now we'll open the floor to our judges for any questions.
Yeah, one question here. To trust by using your tool, Could you explain a little bit more how do you manage your data governance? Because based on the data that you have, so you provide your recommendations, right?
Okay, yeah. So our data strategy is hybrid. So we integrate the public data, including a lot of prestigious academia papers like IEEE or Archive or other like Nature. So these academia journals have their own governance, like a peer review or like they have some ranking in the publisher. So you can have the trustful data sources that without your human examination. And also, we built our proprietary data that we integrate the innovators that we allow them to submit their technological data. So because they submit the data themselves, so what they can provide is they want to share with our enterprise customers. So when our customer searching for this technology, they can connect with their solution. So they won't put into the wrong information. They just want to put into what they want to be exposed in front of our enterprise customer. So basically, that's how, I think that's just a nature mechanism that we have this data, and the proprietary data and public data, yeah.
Thank you. Any more questions? Yes, over there.
Hi, hello. I have two questions. First is, as your business model is more investment-driven or like a business development-driven, so those kind of data and application is for which purpose? Number two is where you got this data, is it by Crowder or by somewhere else? Where you get the data? Yeah, is it by Crowder or by somewhere else? You buy some data from some data supplier.
We don't buy data. We're a startup. We don't have money to buy paid data. So, I mean, we integrate the public data, as I say, from academia and also patent grant, like NSF, NIH. So this data contains a lot of technical nuances regarding the innovation, right? And that's the first thing. And regarding the target audience, so you're right. So we not only focus on R&D-focused company, but also like investment company, like CVC. So when CVC, they scout the strategic area they want to tap into, we can recommend the very accurate startup or early stage innovators that they want to do the POC with. So yeah, but for the financial purpose, we're not that kind of product. We're just very focused on the technology itself and how this company can use this to, do the innovation.
How much those kind of clients would like to pay you for every single year?
If you look at my deck, you see a go-to sales, right? Because it's a public area, so I can't disclose. Now it's just project-based because we actually just launched our platform this March. So only like 2 months, we'll keep iterating the product and working with the large enterprises in Taiwan. That's why I came back, right? And working with this tier 1 semiconductor company and this consumer electronics company. And we will test the water. We throw a subscription, but they will give us some feedback and how much they can afford. So I think right now we do have the draft of the price, but this AI age is fast growing. So every day, OpenAI keep launching new stuff. So you have to be dynamic, right? It's a fast-paced industry. So, I mean, in the early stage, we just want to make sure that we keep delivering the value to our customers. And then when they can't live without our products, then we start to charge them. So now you'll probably take around 1 to 3 months to finish the POC, and then we finalize the deal. So yeah, but basically it's a high pricing subscription, I would say, ranging from 5,000 all the way to 200K as enterprise premiums that we will deploy the entire product in their in-house environment. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Deeli AI from United States. Coming next, we have NeuReality from Israel.
Hi, everyone. I'm Moshe Tanach, co-founder and CEO of NeuReality, and we're reinventing the CPU for AI data centers. We're an Israeli-based fabless semiconductor with an R&D center in Israel and Poland and a US team for business. The data center is going through a once-in-a-lifetime transformation, with the GPUs evolving from just a graphics processor to a system on a chip that is becoming the gold of this era, with ARM coming in to the data center to do head node for AI, and with networking for back-end network and front-end network with DPU and NIC. And the system topologies are also evolving. We used to use just a CPU-centric OEM server. Now we're using AI factories with unique new type of modules like Micronode that couple one CPU and one GPU, or the Blackwell Bianca that couple one CPU and two GPU. And performance, bandwidth, and latency are never enough. The problem is that we are used to a healthy market in the cloud, where the hardware companies are around 45% gross margin. And above them sit Google, Amazon, the infrastructure company with 63% gross margin. An application, you wouldn't invest in a SaaS company below 77% gross margin. But look at AI today. The hardware is at 85% gross margin because the hyperscalers are buying every silicon that they can to keep the lead. And all the stock above them is in very low or negative gross margin. And this is blocking the market from increasing the adoption rate of AI. The main problem that we're seeing is that the GPU is growing in a 2x performance per dollar improvement every year. But the CPU had plateaued 10 years ago with 10% growth with dying Moore's law. When you look on a single chassis with 8 GPUs, the more GPUs you use, the less performance you get out of them. And this is due to all kind of pre-processing that the CPU is doing on networking, data loading, and other video or data processing activities. So the impact today is that $10 billion are wasted in data centers across the world because the GPUs are in average at 50% utilization. Beyond that, enterprise are spending a lot of money on AI, but the adoption rate, I met Visa and MasterCard 3 weeks ago. They have billions of transactions every day, but they can't really deploy AI, fraud detection, databasing on every transaction because of the cost of the infrastructure. So the adoption rate is still 25% rate. So this is our opportunity. The 10 plus 20, this is today's number. It's going to grow. No one can predict how much. So it's a $30 billion opportunity. What we have done, we went away from the traditional general purpose CPU that is serving as a head node of every server today to an AI CPU that we invented. Just like the GPU had evolved from a processor to a system on a chip, this is what we're doing to a CPU. We partnered with ARM, and we built a system on a chip. It's already shipping to customers, and it includes the network engine from the front end, a hypervisor layer in hardware, and pre- and post-processor to keep the GPU busy at all time. Let's look at the impact. When you take an NVIDIA GPU or a Qualcomm inference accelerator, you see here that they are limited by the performance that they can gain with 8 GPUs. When we take the same GPUs to our system, we boost them by 11x or 5x, depend on the use case. And the impact on TCO per query is tremendous. In computer vision, we reduce cost by more than 90%. In generative AI, by 74%. This is the systems that we're shipping today. Most of it manufactured on Taiwan land. TSMC is manufacturing our 7-nanometer device. This system is Foxconn manufacturing, although we designed it together with Lenovo. And since 2020, we built a prototype, we built a strong ecosystem partnership on go-to-market with AMD, Qualcomm, Lenovo. In our investor list, you will find ARM, you will find TSMC Venture Tech, and you will find SK Hynix and Samsung Ventures. And this week, we announced a new software release that comes with every program that customers doesn't need to optimize their own models. They get all the open source models like Mistral, Llama, and DeepSeek already available. What's coming next? NR2. We're going after the training market as well, and we're going to expand our go-to-market beyond enterprise financial service companies and next wave CSPs. Thank you very much.
Thank you, NeuReality. Does any of the judges have questions for NeuReality? Any judges? Yes, over there.
Yeah, that improvement of the efficiency you mentioned, does it come with a condition, like right condition, along with other kind of hardware components or software component, or is it kind of across-the-board improvement?
No condition. From software's perspective, we support all the available frameworks like TensorFlow and PyTorch. You need to understand every one of these devices is an ARM server running Linux, Kubernetes plugins, and it's orchestrated by the data center orchestrator. The team that had built this are executives from Intel, Marvell, and Mellanox, so we're very well familiar with the data center ecosystem of software. The way to port your pipelines from running on any GPU today to running on this system is actually using our APIs to deploy the provision model. If you're running this box with NVIDIA GPU, then it's a very easy porting. If you're porting to AMD or Qualcomm, then you will need to use their tools to port the model. But the pipeline itself is served with no changes. We're natively integrated into Python, so there's a lot of software investment, more than half of the company's software development.
Okay, any more questions for NeuReality?
Sorry. So
right here.
So I invite you to our booth. It's just around the corner. And thank you very much. Oh, sorry.
Am I able to use this technology for embedded systems?
For embedded systems? You're asking if we can support embedded systems?
Yes.
So in the roadmap, we want to go to near-edge solution. We can't be. This is a high performance. It has 8 Neoverse N1 cores from ARM. It has 16 vector DSPs. It has video decoders and audio codecs in the chip. So it's not as expensive and as high power as a CPU, but it's still high performance. Near-edge solutions, we will integrate into base stations, home gateways, and stuff like that. But right now, we're very focused on data center. This is where a real cost pain exists. JP Morgan, Fidelity, Goldman Sachs, they cannot buy the Blackwell racks. They need something that is much more cost effective, but beyond that, they're limited to up to 20, 25 kilowatt per rack. So they're looking for the inferences, they're looking for something that is, can fit into their data centers. So no embedded right now, but in the future.
Thank you. Any more questions? Okay, final call for questions for NeuReality. If no, then let's it. Feel free to visit their booth, and thank you very much, NeuReality.
Thank you very much. By the way, all this CPU and networking is in one card. This is it. Come see us.
Thank you. Coming next, we have our 14th team. Please welcome EndoSemio from Taiwan.
Hi everyone, I'm Ruby Hong, CM of EndoSemio. Have you ever watched someone struggle to breathe and felt powerless to help? That was where I was several years ago, waiting outside of an ICU for a tracheostomy performed on my grandpa. Despite all the experts in the room, there was one critical thing missing: the vision. They were working blindly, solely rely on the experience. At EndoSemio, we believe that no one, no patient, no doctor should ever have to face that again. So here we go, TracheoSight, the world's first single-use, real-time visualization tracheostomy kit. Traditionally, medical professionals are constrained to use bronchoscope as the guiding device. These require two medical teams. What's worse, the image is blocked either by the uneven upper airway or the tube itself. Without proper imaging, that leads to severe complications such as airway puncture and hypoxia, resulting in more than $60 billion extended tracheostomy care among 21 million of procedures each year. Our tracheostomy, it integrates the endoscope inside of the tracheostomy tube. That reduces the manpower requirement and also provides the stable imaging from the beginning till the end. Our core technology is more than just a camera placement on the tip. It's a delicate mechanical design. As you can imagine, the device passes through various environments from outside to inside of the trachea and also different tissues. So now you can see clearly where we are and also provide the post-care. Our value proposition is highly beneficial for all stakeholders, from the real-time imaging for the physician, the single-use design to eliminate cross-contamination for the patient, and also increase the patient throughput for the hospital. In terms of the go-to-market strategy, we are validating our clinical data with cadaver and animal experiments, and we also sign MOU with established medical device distributors. And in the future, we hope to transition to the global licensing model. For business model, our initial revenue will be generated by consumables for $300 per patient, and the reusable console for $550 per 5 to 6 patients. Our use cases are more than just ICU. We have talked with long-term care center and also emergency care as well, such as on the ambulance for the severe car accident to rebuild the airway immediately. Beyond tracheostomy care, we have developed other products based on our core technology of miniaturized endoscopy design. And these products are ready for FDA submission as well, so please come to our booth to see the product yourself. And our competitive advantage resides in several areas. So unlike our competitor, we provide the imaging and also simplify the workflow. Most importantly, we have the full control over the key element, that is the insertion tube and also the bending tip. That allows us the flexibility to innovate more with different microsurgery coming into light. And we just incorporated in May 2023, really young, as a result of technology transfer from National Taiwan University. But last year, 2024, we have made FDA submission 510K and expecting the approval this year. And as of last year, we also have an income of project-based revenue for $200K USD. That validates our technology and also the market potential. So looking forward to 2026, we are expanding globally and also estimate to reach a break-even point in 2027. So last but not least, our team is a strong and balanced background encompassing clinical, technical, and business scaling. EndoSemio is co-founded by Patrick Lin, Dr. Lin Zhipeng, the anesthesiology from National Taiwan University Hospital, and William Chen, he's the expert in transitioning from medtech R&D into commercialization. And me, myself, I have experience from 0 to 1 for 3 startups and had an early exit for a health tech startup as well. In all, we have the scaling experience to bring us made the huge progress today and into the future. So we are seeking strategic partners like distributors, clinical partners, and also investors. So if you're interested in joining us to redefine the future of medtech endoscopy vision, please come and talk with us. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to EndoSemio. If any of the judges have questions for EndoSemio, please feel free to grab the microphone in front of you.
How easily does this integrate with existing equipment?
Oh, so currently we only have the tube that is a consumable. So actually, it can fit inside like 3 sizes of them because we have different, the individual difference. So we have filed for like the most used different types of the tracheostomy tube. We don't make the tube by ourselves. We only made the endoscope inside of it and also the handle. Yeah.
Presumably you're adding a display to the setup in the operating room as well, which wouldn't have been there before.
I'm sorry, pardon me? Oh, the display?
Yeah, does you have to add a display to this?
Oh, for this product, we have a Wi-Fi system, so that, for example, on the ambulance or in the war zone, you need to have a tracheostomy, then you can link to the phone or the tablet. That's our design.
For physicians to adopt this, does it require a lot of like extra training or change of their current practice and stuff? Just want to understand like how much does it take for a physician to take this new device?
How long does it take for a physician to train for that? We did not. The good thing about this product is that we did not like change any progress. It's similar to what they have done before. They cut a little bit hole here and then insert the tube. But previously, they do not have image. So now they have this handle and then insert it and also have the real-time imaging all the way from the beginning till the end. So we also have some training program. We don't think that they have to learn something extra.
What is the the uniqueness in your technology? I mean, where is your differentiator?
So currently that we haven't seen any tracheostomy imaging kit on the market yet. It could be a niche market, but it would be a good beachhead for a startup as we start from something really small. So and also for the insertion, but this pattern could be developed to a lot more product in the future. So currently we didn't see any similar product at this moment.
But technology-wise, I mean, is it where's the hard thing in terms of technology, or can any? I mean, another startup, where's the barrier to entry? I mean, for other startups that maybe.
We would say that it's the mechanical design of the insertion tube, as you have to pass through the skin and then the tissue inside of the trachea, and then we have made special design to like let the LED like move backward or the CMOS sensor backward, and also have a light to stabilize it. So we would say that is our design to make it special. And also our co-founder is a doctor, so we iterate with them. That is a big advantage for us.
Okay, any more questions for EndoSemio? Final call? If no, then that's it for EndoSemio. Thank you very much. Last but not least, our final team today would be SOIC Marine Solutions from Taiwan.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Marine accidents cost more than billions of dollars every year and affect cargo ships and also countless fishing vessels. My name is Yanzhi Lai. I'm COO of SOIC Marine Solutions. It's my pleasure to introduce to you today about our solution to enhance marine safety. Let's get into it with how it takes and what is the function.
About 75% of these accidents are caused by human error. In order to prevent more tragedies from happening, experts from various fields formed a research team and created a solution for intelligent sailing, AI Sailor. AI Sailor utilizes environmental data gathered from IP camera imagery, AIS tracking, sonar depth measurements, and radar obstacle detection. Integrating this with real-time positioning from GPS, the system generates a risk index based on the spatial relationship between detected obstacles and the vessel. Following activation of the active anti-collision mode, The system calculates a risk index based on the collected data that is specifically designed for demanding maritime operations. In situations with elevated risk levels, such as navigating in adverse weather or congested waterways, the system integrates with vehicle controls to execute reverse propulsion, providing deceleration and mitigating potential damage. It represents a significant risk reduction factor for investors and demonstrates our commitment to operational safety and compliance. AI Sailor can be deployed in any weather condition or sea state to save ships and save lives.
Okay, because of the time limit, I cut it earlier. So AI Sailor leverages the edge computing of NVIDIA's Jetson Ori Nano's computing capabilities. It's seamlessly integrated with the HMI devices and with our algorithms to provide the vessel drivers the optimized routes and also the function of the active anti-collision mode. Thinking ahead, yeah, we are using the AI technology to develop a new functionality to keep our good leadership in the market. So as mentioned, the AAC mode differentiated us from other sensing systems because it might fail if the system, the driver cannot utilize the data. Instead, AI Sailor provide the proactive anti-collision for the investor. Our CEO, Simon Lee, has over 30 years of experience in ship design, specializing in system integration, as well as the autonomous ship projects. Sailor Wu, our CPO, is a marine expert. Yeah, with the autopilot technology, and also he got 40 years electronic product design experience. Dr. Sungwei Huang, our CTO, he is a marine expert with more than 15 years of sonar signal analysis and also navigation experiences. So as our COO, I have over a decade experience in sales and marketing, as well as management experience at Samsung, and with more than 6 years business development in autonomous vehicle market in China and Taiwan. We have a strong team. Also, we have a very good cooperation with local distributors, so which enables us to satisfy more than 70% of the demand in Taiwan. So our marketing plan expansion, including our key territory in Taiwan and Indonesia. So our approach is to provide our customer system upgrade services by taking the advantage of the commercialization of our autopilot product. So based on this, yeah, our marketing plan currently encompasses with this region of the potential of expanding globally. Thank you, Bear Electronics. It's great to have you in this exhibition. Yeah. So our business model is based on the sales of AI Sailor product, and including the installation fee and also system upgrade services. We are looking for 1.5 million in funds to finish development of our new product, AI Sailor Pro, hire key staff, and also establish new sales office and expand our business in our target market.
Thank you, SOIC Marine Solutions.
Yeah, if making the, my apology. If making the ocean a better, safer place means worthwhile, sounds like a worthwhile goal for you, we invite your participation. Sorry for delay. Thank you.
Thank you again, SOIC Marine Solutions. And of course, we will now open the floor to judges if you have any questions for SOIC Marine Solutions.
So how do we know this works? How do we know that the ships will be safer with your AI Sailor?
Okay, we have 2 vessels. One is located in Keelung, another one is located in Kaohsiung. All of them are with autonomous driving function. There's one thing very special. We are from SOIC that is a research center. So we develop the autonomous driving technology in advance. So we are a spin-off company. So we are looking for the commercialization with the developer technologies. So now we thought the maritime ADAS is the place we can launch and do the volume production.
Technical question: is your ADAS also track the geographic under the water?
Exactly. Yeah.
For how deep?
Okay. It can be measured for 100 meter depth. Yeah, because in our fishing vessels, normally equipped with the multi-types sensors, including the sonar. Yeah. So Dr. Huang, he can do the analysis for the signal, and then go back to the product design and optimization to make the AI sailor more useful. Yeah, to solve the problem. Thank you. Yeah.
So all kinds of vessels in the ocean, what's the range of the size, weight, speed of the vessel that you serve?
Okay. Our plan is the AI sailor version is for the fishing vessels. So from CT2 to CT5, so the length will be from 15 meter to 25 meter. Yeah, they are all applicable for our AI sailor version. Now, we invite Bear Electronics because we are developing our new product, AI Sailor Pro, which is targeted to the merchant ships and cargo ships. So I think we need to finish this fund to get more resources to accelerate the product development. Yeah. So as soon as we get back the progress, yeah, we will update it to everyone.
Okay, do we have more questions for SOIC Marine Solutions? Okay, final call for questions. If no, that will be it for SOIC Marine Solutions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. All right, let's wrap for the finals today. Our top 15 teams are truly amazing. The judges will now finalize the score, and we will soon find out who will be the winner of InnoVEX 2025 Pitch Contest. The award ceremony will begin again very soon at 4 p.m. Also here at Center Stage. Ladies and gentlemen, see you at 4 p.m.